Test Cast 2, Zlo versus ThomasHiatt. This one is going to be on Fantasyland, a map I haven't played yet, so I'm not overly sure what differences are, besides the fact that there's whole piles of mass in the middle, mass in the middle, mass in the middle, mass in the middle. Can you edge build on this? Sometimes it's designed that you can't, but I think I've seen people do it. I'm pretty sure you can put an engineer here and build there, and same here, engineer up here and build there, so maybe it's designed to go in this direction. You'll typically see the standard opening of land factory, get 2 P-gens, 4 mexes, 2 P-gens, another land factory, whilst the engineers go and nab the hydro, third one goes for reclaim, and then defensive from there. Are we going to see any lab play? We are. So we're going to see labs from Zlo after his 4 engineers, which is actually, I don't know if it's 4 or 3 engineers before a lab will get there to go first lab, I don't remember anymore. And Thomas opting to build the air factory with the ACU instead of next to the hydro, which is also an interesting decision. So Zlo going for the rear mexes, no one is not going for this reclaim. I'm going to wonder if he's going to run out of power. No, it looks like he'll just be able to reach it in time. Lab goes out. Yep, he'll get it. And he's going to build his land factory here, whilst the other engineer goes for the hydro, because the hydros are super efficient. And here's the type of place where you can build, as Jagger would say, put 1 scout in each of these. Then you know if they're in incoming raids. So Zlo knows there's nothing coming in this area, so this is safe to expand to, but he has no idea what's on this side. Conversely, ThomasHiatt just has no idea what's going on either side of him, and he's just content to defend everything that he has right now. So now he pushes out with his scout. He sees there's probably stuff incoming. This should go forward. He's just sitting in the base and has no mass whatsoever. So his expansion is much slower than Zlo, it would appear. Oh no, it's about the same. These engineers are going to reach further though. This lab is being chased down, so these engineers are free to... Why is this not taken? Okay. And on the other side, he still has no idea what's here. So technically, whilst this scout is now getting information, I would have put it circling my base to make sure that there was nothing waiting for me, because you're not attacking. If you're attacking, then fine, you want to see where the holes are, but if right now if you're in the defensive mode, then there's no real point to scouting at this stage. I mean, you can see if there's any cheese like extra air factories, I suppose, but it's not that important in my opinion. Thomas has finished base building. His ACU should be moving to this flank. It's this side. That's where most ACUs go. They build a few factories and they move out. But yeah, Zlo is also just spending his mass, and he has 5-6 factories. Thomas is 9. Holy crap! That land spam planage. So yeah, you'll see that he's sending his units in this direction, thereby securing all of this area. This is a bit more vulnerable, but the point is on this map, if you can be the aggressor, then you force your opponent to put units in the place that you want to, thereby by proxy defending the other side. ACU will move forward, complete power stall. More factories planned. Hasn't seen all of the spam either. This somehow got through and might kill both engines. No, kill one before the PD goes up. Lack of radar. PD will go up and defend this. Should build walls to feed into the PD really. No one's taken the middle mass, and there's a significant amount of middle mass here. Zlo is just content to just tech up, and you see, I see factories like this, and I just go, why are you building around a mechs for the savings? But when you have this much mass, I suppose it doesn't matter. You just build it where your build power is, because lack of units will kill you before lack of mass does, and a list of things that will end your game. This area for power is amusing, because if something goes wrong, like a huge push down the middle, you're automatically screwed. Radar goes up, but no power to run it. And now we have Mantis on either side. No Medusa, some AA. Yeah. Teching. Zlo sees that he's probably ahead in tech. He only sees his opponent only has 1 Tech 2 Max. But just saw that That went to Tech 2 land. He's also going for Tech 2 land. Thomas's perspective, he has built a PD in mid. He's getting a gun in front of it, which is probably not the wisest idea, because if these were some user, it would be raining on him and he'd have a tough day. But now Thomas has the gun. He's just reached Tech 2, and he's probably just going to push behind this. Because, well, why not? You're the fucking UEF. "28 tanks on this flank versus 58. So Zoe should be able to see this and just run this over. But he's just being defensive about it. I don't know why. This is a... Just run it over. He can see there's nothing here, but not doing anything with it. This is a problem. And he wants to bring all these units back. He sees there's not much supporting it. He could have, but then they would just funnel in and die. So he's building TMD. He's afraid that ACU is going to push into the base, so he preemptively builds T2PD. Man, these are not cheap at like 500 a pop. Oh yeah, 480, 500, close enough. More factories. Criminal lack of Medusa. And you can probably see on this side there's not much defending it. Should just push through. Thomas built a Tech 2 radar in mid to give him excellent coverage, but it hasn't got the power for it. He's just about finished his Tech 2 PGen. Slow needs to scout and see that there's nothing in front of him. This can all die. And then Thomas hasn't pushed hard enough to the point that he can get through these rhinos. But this is just, what are you doing? Run it over, run it over! This is a weird conga line of Mantis going in the wrong direction. And Zlo might have waited too long, to the point that there might be pillar reinforcements enough to deal with all of this Mantis. Like, this group of Mantis is moving, this isn't, and the question is why. This can just easily go like this in a circle, but this is moving, and it's allowing Thomas to deal with his armies one at a time. It's like, what is this doing? Meanwhile, you have the standard mix of Rhinos and Medusa. No further teching, no Tech 2 PGen, but I'm assuming there will be more. Oh wow, there is more teching. I lied. This side is more secure, so it's just going to tech this up. This needs to die. Even just random. This is why I would recommend you build an air factory that does nothing but bombers sometimes. Thomas is now behind eco and behind in units and behind in map control. Walls are very effective versus Cybran, and now he is in a terrible position. He is surrounded by a herd of rhinos, and he's probably going to die here. Oh no, here comes the vet train. The vet train. Oh, he stops it. And that concludes test cost 3.